With a population of around 11.4 million people and a territory of more than 155,000 kilometers square, Tunisia is the smallest country of Northern Africa, exciting only Libya in terms of population. Tunisia is market-oriented economy and has one of the most advanced economic systems among the Northern Africa countries. Overall, the GDP of Tunisia was slightly more than $48.5 billion, constant 2010 $ in 2060, achieving the highest GDP per capita of Northern African countries, only lower than the one of Algeria. After decades of 4 to 5% annual GDP growth and improving living standards, the economic growth has slowed down with an annual growth rate less than 1.2% per year. The employment conditions are also critical, with more than 15% of employed total labor force. Tunisian economy is mostly based on services, with the main role of industry and agriculture. Value added from services sector amount of around 2/3 of Tunisian GDP, value added from industry from around 1/4, 26%, while the remaining part is contributed by agriculture, 10%. The economy of Tunisia presents some promising industrial sectors like agribusiness and manufacturing, such as textile, leather and footwear, mechanical, electrical and electronics. Enterprises in Tunisia were more than 74,000 in 2060, showing an increase of almost 20% in the last 5 years, especially more than 20% of enterprises in the industry sector focused on textile and clothing, around 70% in food and beverage industry, around 15% in metallurgy. The Tunisian government has launched and is supporting several innovation policy and initiative of the country level to modernize the national economy. Relevant innovation policy and initiative in the field of the next production revolution focus on strategic infrastructure assets including digitalization and energy. Tunisian authorities have organized ICT as a national priority given the interest of public and private investment in digital infrastructure. In this framework of the Digital Tunisia 2020 National Strategic Plan aims to catalyze the positive momentum by establishing, among other initiatives, main ministerial information system and all platform that guaranteed e-government. Relevant action have been also taken in the field of energy with Tunisian ANDC. The aim is at reducing greenhouse gas emissions across the all economic sector and especially in the energy sector of 41% by 2030 relative to 2010 emissions. Therefore, the Tunisian Renewable Energy Action Plan 2030 aims to improving energy intensity by 3% per year and saving energy by 70% during the period 2060-2020. Furthermore, the plan aims at producing 30% of Tunisian electricity from renewable energy source in 2030 by installing 1 gigawatt of renewable capacity in the first phase 2070-2020 and 1.25 gigawatt more in the second phase 2021-2030. Finally, a recent initiative, the Smart Industrial 2070, aims to promote the Industry 4.0 among Tunisian enterprises and create new opportunities for innovation and business. All these policies are very promising in the field of NPR and may be enforced by adopting a smart and integrated infrastructure approach as the one suggested by the Infrastructure Consortium of Africa, ECI, in 2017. Tunisia shows an articulate innovation ecosystem that is promising for introducing the NPR in the country. Human capital is well developed with significant investment in basic education and a well-established university system, among the best performing in Africa. Although the service sector is the most relevant for Tunisia economy, the industrial system is also well established with some important manufacturing sectors including textiles and clothing, food, beverages and tobacco, chemical, mechanical and transport equipments. Agriculture is also one important sector where NPR solutions can be applied. Therefore, the digitalization of production has many opportunities in the driving economy sector of Tunisia, including manufacturing and agriculture, as well as in the civil service sectors. Furthermore, there is the opportunity to introduce additive manufacturing in specific industrial compartments such as the mechanical and the aerospace sector. Finally, bioeconomy can revitalize the agriculture sector, increasing its competitiveness and diversifying markets. At the level of enabling infrastructure of NPR, Tunisia has its one plan of digitalizing Digital Tunisia 2020 that first aims at digitalizing the public administration. Although energy infrastructure is well established in the country, it is still relying massively on fossil fuel, and therefore a big effort for renewable energy integration at national scale has to be done, enforcing the Tunisian Renewable Energy Action Plan 2030. Mobility infrastructure is also well established, and some efforts could be done in enforcing intermodal transport.